friends, my name is Evelyn Joy. I just finished teaching this morning and I wanted to get on to show you guys a mom hack that I'm doing with my Usborne wipe clean books. But real quick, I want to pop up my link. That's J8484. That's my specific code, .myubam.com. That's my usbornebooksandmore.com. So that's my link if you would like to order any wipe clean books. Now, when you get a wipe clean book, it comes like this. It has just a little plastic thing attached, and there is a dry erase marker in it. All of these books, you can use any dry erase marker on them. It doesn't have to be the one that they provide, and it's made for marking on. This one was $7. Bigger ones are $8, and there are even bigger ones that are a little bit more. I didn't order those, but I want to show you a hack that I did. Okay, so this is how it comes. This one I have not altered. I'm trying to, let's see. Can we get this to focus on me again? 1 second. Can it refocus? Okay, there we go. Now it's clearer. Sorry about that. It wasn't exactly focused. Webcam. But this is how it comes. The books come with the marker in a plastic right here, and you just peel it back and get the marker out. Now, what my children do, because they're just 3 and 4, and they're used to me not allowing them to have crayons or markers unsupervised or anything, and so they went a little bit berserk, and my 3-year-old, she started marking on her clothes and her skin and her sister and the table and the wall. So what I'm thankful about it being a dry erase marker is it wipes off your skin just with a little bit of soap and water. It washes off your clothes just with putting it in the laundry. But getting it off the wall took some scrubbing, and getting it off the table took some nail polish remover, surprisingly. But so I decided that I wanted to do a mom hack with these. So this is how it comes, but I changed it up a little bit. What I did was I cut the plastic in half. I got my own dry erase markers that have a lid with its own eraser on it. I attached it. The other thing my kids were doing was losing the cap or losing the marker, and I don't want them to dry out all the markers. So this is a similar concept to sewing your kids' mittens to their jackets so they don't lose their mittens. I used tape. This is on the back of the book. I taped and used yarn, and I attached the marker cap so they can write on here all they want. It's long enough that they can write on either page and erase whenever they want to, because it has an eraser right here. But then, see, I cut the plastic right along the line, right where the lid starts, because that's the only part I needed. So I cut that part off, and I took that top part off. And if it's losing some of its stickiness, I added some tape around the sides. But yeah, so you just stick it down in there. So these are thinner markers, but yeah, I wanted to show you this book is Wipe Clean First Math. So I love it because it has thick pages, and my kids can just erase what they've written. So I like that they have the eraser on there. Some of the markers, to be fair, that came with it, they have a small eraser on the end, but what I found was my kids were breaking that part off. So I prefer the bigger eraser because it's just a little bit more convenient. So yeah, they practice doing math, they write on it, and then they erase it right off. So I love it because we're not wasting paper. My kids could go through so much paper just scribbling, you know, and I like this so much more because they're actually practicing something practical. And if I were to give them worksheets and they just scribbled on them, I would feel like it was a waste of printer ink to print off worksheets or a waste of money to buy a workbook just for them to scribble in it. So when they are tracing numbers, that's awesome. When they decide to scribble, that's fine too. You know, my kids are 3 and 4. So oftentimes my 4-year-old is tracing numbers and learning math. And my 3-year-old is practicing, you know, holding a marker and practicing just those skills of being able to draw, you know. So I'm going to show you once again some of the books I got. This one is a little bit smaller, so it's only $7, $6.99, plus taxes and just a little bit of shipping. I got a huge box of books, and it was only $10 for all the shipping for a big, heavy box. So if you just get lighter things, it'll just be $5 or something. But so it shows you how to draw different animals. So I thought that would be a lot of fun. This one is math. I just showed it to you. This one is dot to dot. My daughter's 4, so I'm deciding to homeschool her sort of preschool this year. And this is great for her skills of practicing number order and practicing drawing lines and practicing following instructions and just holding a marker and all of those great skills that we want them to learn, you know. And it's fun because it's sort of a secret. When you do the full outline, then you discover it's an airplane, you know. I remember dot to dots being exciting and fun when I was little. So yeah, I have the string for the marker just long enough that they can draw anywhere they want to on the book. The yarn string, but yeah. This one is $7.99. I think the rest of them are $7.99 because they're the bigger books. There are some that are more, and I wanted to see what they were like before investing more money in them, but the ones that cost more are bigger. So yeah. Or there's even like a set that's like readiness to get ready for school. And it's a set. It comes several books, but those are like miniature books. So they're smaller than these, but it's several of them coming for like $12.99. And I think you get like 4 books, something like that. You'll have to look it up on the website. So yeah, my daughter has already drawn in this one. This one's about first drawing. So my daughters are little artists. They would love to do artwork all day long if I let them. It's coming from me, and yet I'm the one that gets annoyed about them wasting paper or drawing on the walls. So I needed this solution. So this is tracing, learning how to draw squares, how to draw circles. So first drawing, this is learning how to draw shapes, learning how to draw pictures, you know, and once again, just learning that coordination of how to use a pen or marker. And they're learning while having fun, and they're not even realizing that it's work or that it's school. It's just fun for them. So it's helping them to enjoy and love learning before feeling like they're forced to do it, you know. This is preschool. It should be fun, right? So this is common words to copy. And let me tell you, my daughter has been coming up to me and saying, Mom, zoo is Z-O-O. She's 4 years old. And I'm like, where did you learn that zoo is Z-O-O? Because I taught you like cat, mom, and dad, and your name, but I didn't teach you zoo. And she said, oh, I got it from the book. So this book of common words to copy, when I was sitting next to her, I was just, you know, reading the words to her. And here, I love it. They can trace the letters. My daughter just traced the whole alphabet lickety split. And it was so good for her to practice writing the lowercase letters, because as she learns to spell and she's learning to write, she's beginning to learn those beginning stages of learning to read and write. And that is so exciting for her mama to see her doing. So we have words like go, push, home, run, dig, in. So these are words that she's learning not only how to write, but how to read. And I love the colorful pictures. I love that they can trace it and they write it. So they trace it one time and then they write it below it. I love that not only is she writing the word school, not only is she tracing the word school, but she's writing the word school and it's on the building that's a school. I'm a visual person, so she's writing tree next to a tree. I'm a visual person, so it's a great way to learn. So it's hands-on, it's colorful, and these pages are so thick that my 1.5-year-old isn't going to destroy his sister's books. He might try to rip it, and if he does, I can tape it. But they're so thick. They're very thick pages. They're super thick. They feel like, I don't know, 3 cardstock pages laminated. It feels real thick. You could tear it like if you had a lot of force and determination, but these books are durable, and I love that because my little boy likes to rip because he's 1.5, But these pages are so great. And the awesome thing is, as my kids grow, they can use these day after day after day. And if it gets to the point where the marker is not coming off that well, I can use just a little bit of Windex or a little bit of water and it'll wipe right off. So yeah, that book was Common Words to Copy, and this one is First Words. So these are words that she's learning how to read. And I'm on a mission to find where she saw the word zoo. And I found it. Zoo, Z-O-O. She memorized that zoo is Z-O-O. I am so amazed by that because and my daughter's so smart. I only have to tell her one time. All the more reason for me to get her books like this. I only have to tell her one time, hey, zoo is spelled Z-O-O, and she remembers it forever. She's just retaining information so smart. And, she's going to learn these other words too, like van, V-A-N, jet, J-E-T. And the funny thing is, I've been teaching her simple words, but I can't even think of what's some simple 3-letter word. I'm like cat, dog, and I can't think of a bunch of good ones. And this book is full of them, and she can trace them. She can look at them. Look, she colored in the heart. So she's practicing how to draw a heart. That's so cute. And you can see it erases right off. These books were a worthy investment because I have 3 little ones. I have a 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 1.5-year-old. So when my 4-year-old kind of outgrows these books and they're too simple for her, they'll get passed on to other siblings and they can get used again and again. It's saving paper. And on a paper, it's not so colorful. It's not so fun. And how fun is it to, not only trace the word, and look, you can trace the outline of the bed. It's like a dotted bed. That's so cool. So you're not only writing the word, but you're tracing and coloring the things that are in the picture, which is so cool. Oh, on the back is a quiz. I just love that. So it gives you a first letter and a picture, hat. It's like, finish the word. Finish the words. Oh, I love that because after they practice in the book, then they can sound out words and be like, oh, hat, cup, net, bus, hen, bug, pot, fish, van. This is perfect for my daughter because my daughter is starting to say, she'll come up to me and she'll just say words. She'll be like, snake starts with S, Mom. So she's sounding out the first sound in words. So I'm starting to try to just begin to teach her to sound out all 3 sounds in a word to know how to spell it. And these books are going to accelerate that for me because she's going to be doing it on her own independently and just practicing it. Another thing is, how many of you learned how to tell time at 4 years old? This is something I got sort of thinking of the future, and my daughter grabbed it right away and said, I want to learn how to tell time. So I'm just sitting next to her, and she's tracing all the numbers on the clock. So she's practicing to write her numbers, which is awesome. She already knows the names of all the numbers. So we're starting to talk about, 8 o'clock. and she's starting to tell time. And then my mother-in-law is visiting and sitting next to her as she's writing it, and my mother-in-law is talking to her in Spanish and telling her the times in Spanish. So my daughter is sitting here writing on the clocks, doing some scribbling, having some fun, enjoying time with her mother on one side of her and her grandma, her abuela, on the other side of her. And I'm talking to her in English about the times, and my mother-in-law is talking to her in Spanish, and she's practicing her numbers in English and in Spanish, and she's tracing the times on these clocks, and she's starting to learn how to talk about time, how to look at the clock and know the time. Look at this. She colored this clock in completely. That's so funny. So if she scribbles in it, if she colors things in funny, it erases right off. So I don't have to feel irritated that they wrote in a book. You know what I mean? So I love it. So yeah, now that I ordered these ones, I was hesitant to buy any more like expensive ones because I wanted to try the $8 ones, the $7 ones before investing more in the more expensive ones. But now that I have these, I want to buy every single wipe clean book that they have with Usborne, because these books are like the gift that keeps on giving. You buy it one time and you use it so many times. So, I mean, I was looking into sending my daughter to private school, $400 a month. And I realized when I went to kindergarten roundup that I would rather homeschool my kid, be able to be with her all day, teach her myself, and I can invest some of that money into some books and like a pass to go to the zoo and the children's museum, and we can learn hands-on and we can learn together. And my children, they're growing up at the blink of an eye. So I'm not ready to send my 4-year-old to school, but I am ready to start teaching her more. And some of that is going to be hands-on, and some of that is going to be with books. And some of it's going to be hands-on with books. And I'm excited so much about these wipe clean books. I mean, I'm just being honest with you guys. I even started making some of my own wipe clean books. What I did was I took paper and I wrote some words in pink marker, and I glued in pictures of our family members so she can learn how to write mom, dad, sister, Deborah, DJ, the names of her siblings and her family members. And then I laminated it because I have a laminating machine, and I used a hole punch, and I could attach a marker, or I could just attach it and make it into a book. But those are just some ideas how you can make your own wipe clean books from home as well. Usborne Books is a really neat company. I love that I can work for them. And when I buy books from the company, because I'm a consultant and I'm buying kind of through myself, I get a percentage of that money back. And I also, as I sell or buy more and more, I can potentially earn some free books. So I know a couple of other homeschooling moms that have more than a handful of kids, and they have their homes full of Usborne books because they followed this concept of, instead of sending my kids to school and spending all this money on school, I'm going to invest some of that money into books, and in being a consultant, I'm going to earn some free books as well. If you're interested in becoming a consultant, let me know. You can comment on this video, or you can click on my specific link. This is my specific code, J8484.myubam.com, and you can click to join my team. All right. Thank you so much. Goodbye.